Hello, everyone. Welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. City News Everywhere reports that BMO Financial Group has announced an agreement to sell its transportation and vendor finance businesses to U.S.-based Stonepeak. As of March 31, the combined loan and lease portfolios for these operations in the U.S. and Canada amounted to approximately $14 by a billion talked without. BMO's Transportation Finance Division specializes in providing financing for trucks and trailers, while its vendor finance business facilitates equipment financing through original equipment manufacturers and dealer networks. The terms of the agreement state that Stonepeak will acquire the assets of these businesses for cash consideration, along with an earn-out feature contingent on the businesses achieving specific future performance targets. Furthermore, BMO plans to reinvest a portion of the proceeds to secure a 19.9% equity interest in the newly formed entity. The transaction is anticipated to be finalized in the fourth quarter of 2026. According to Global News, a new Angus Reid Institute poll reveals a significant shift in Canadian public opinion regarding energy policy priorities. Currently, 61% of Canadians believe economic growth should be the primary focus, rather than environmental protection. This marks a notable change from 7 years ago, when 55% prioritized the environment. Shachi Curl of the Angus Reid Institute suggests that while climate change was a top election issue in 2019 and 2021, the urgency surrounding it has declined. Alex Walker from Environmental Defense attributes this shift to rising living costs and broader economic uncertainties stemming from American tariffs and the conflict in Iran. However, Walker cautions that increased oil profits may not benefit average Canadians. The poll also indicates growing support for pipeline projects, with 55% nationally and almost two-thirds in British Columbia supporting the expansion of Enbridge's West Coast natural gas pipeline. Despite this, Thomas Green of the David Suzuki Foundation expresses concern about potential government subsidies for new pipelines, arguing that such projects could become white elephants due to future electrification trends. Alberta Premier Danielle Smith revealed that her United Conservative Caucus's executive director, Tricia Veldhuizen, did not inform her office about a crucial April 16 meeting concerning a significant breach of Albertans' private voter information. According to Smith, Veldhuizen was briefed by a caucus staffer who attended the meeting but dismissed the issue as nothing out of the ordinary or illegal at the time, thus not escalating it to the Premier's office. This statement, reported by the Canadian press, drew sharp criticism from the opposition NDP, whose deputy leader, Rakhi Pankoli, accused Smith of attempting to shift blame, emphasizing that the buck stops with the Premier. The breach, affecting nearly 3 million Albertan voters' names and home addresses, is currently under investigation by Elections Alberta, the Provincial Privacy Commissioner, and the RCNP. The NDP itself had alerted the RCNP about the April 16 meeting a day after it occurred. Chief Electoral Officer Gordon McClure is advocating for stronger regulations to protect voter lists and suggests withholding the list from political parties until such rules are implemented. Radio Canada International reports that U.S. Senator Elissa Slotkin has cautioned Canada against making deals with China, particularly concerning the influx of Chinese-made electric vehicles. Speaking on Rosemary Barton Live, the Michigan Democrat and former CIA officer expressed concerns that Chinese EVs could transmit sensitive 3D video and geolocation data back to Beijing, posing national security risks, not just economic ones. This warning comes as Canada prepares to allow 49,000 Chinese EVs into its market at a reduced tariff rate of 6.1%, a deal secured by Prime Minister Mark Carney with Chinese President Xi Jinping in exchange for agricultural tariff relief. Slotkin highlighted the U.S.'s displeasure with Canada's decision, contributing to already strained Canada-U.S. trade relations. The senator's remarks precede the upcoming July 1st review deadline for the North American Free Trade Agreement, CUSMA, with ongoing irritants like Buy Canadian policies and digital streaming rules also in the pacting ties. The Canadian press reports that Unifor, Canada's largest private sector union, has announced it will commence negotiations with Ford Motor Co. as its initial target in the upcoming round of talks with the Detroit 3 automakers. These negotiations are scheduled to begin on June 22nd. The union, which typically employs a pattern bargaining strategy across the auto sector, stated that the decision to prioritize Ford stems from their long-standing and productive working relationship. Approximately 5,000 Unifor members employed across Ford's Canadian facilities will be impacted. Discussions with the other Detroit 3 members, Stellantis and General Motors, are expected to follow. The auto industry has recently contended with challenges including U.S. tariffs on auto parts, steel, and aluminum, as well as the Canadian market's recent reopening to Chinese electric vehicles. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.